Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the steering system, that is the next system of the tractor. The steering system is a system which governs the front wheel movement of the tractor. That is, it is a system which helps the operator to control the motions of the tractor, whether the tractor should be going in a straight line, whether it should take a turn to the left or right. All those things are controlled by the steering system, and the system which is having a number of linkages and rods which helps the operator to turn the tractor in a desirable direction and desirable angle with an ease. The steering system governing the angular movement of front wheels of a tractor is called the steering system that minimizes the effort of the operator in turning the front wheels with the applications of leverages. So, as far as the tractor is concerned, the front wheel is the wheel that we given the direction, and the rear wheels, that is the rear wheel axle, it is a live axle to which we will give the power, and the front wheel or front wheel axle, which is called the dead axle, which will not give any power, but we are controlling the direction, or we are steering in the front wheel. Okay, so that is controlled by application of leverages, and the movement is achieved by using of a number of linkages, rods, pivots, and gears. And the steering system is mainly consist of steering wheel, steering shaft, steering gear, pitman arm or called drop arm, drag link, steering arm, tie rod, and kingpin. So the steering wheel, which is shown in the figure, is the wheel that you can see that the wheel which is operated by the operator is the steering wheel, and that the wheel is connected to a steering shaft or steering column. At the end of the steering shaft or steering column, there will be a gearbox so that we can convert the motion of the steering wheel, and we can take in a 90-degree angle. For that, there will be gearbox at the end of the steering shaft. So most cases it will be a bob and the roller steering gearbox, and from the output shaft from the gearbox is connected to a arm which is called a pitman arm or called a drop arm, because it is this drop arm taking the motion from a height to a lower height. So hence we can, for ease of understanding, you can make that in point, like for drop arm or pitman arm is the arm which takes the motion from the gearbox, and that will deliver it to a lower height. And the movement of the pitman arm, drop arm is taken to the drag link, a link which is called a drag link, which is connected to the steering arm, and the drag link and steering arm is connected with the help of a pin which is called king pin. The steering arm is the part which is directly connected with the front wheel or steering wheel. So how it is working is that the rotation of motion of the steering wheel will be taken by the steering column or steering rod. So as we rotate the steering wheel, the steering shaft will also rotate, and the gear which is mounted at the bottom end of this steering shaft will also rotate. That rotation is given will transmit to a 90-degree with the help of this gearbox, and that rotation of this shaft is taken by the pitman arm or drop arm. So this is connected in such a way that as this rotates, the pitman or rope arm will have an oscillating motion in this direction. The oscillating motion of this drop arm will given to the drag link, and as the pitman arm oscillates, the drag link will have a reciprocating motion or to and from motion, and that will given to the steering arm, and with the help of a kingpin, and the steering arm will give the direction to the front wheel. So the front wheel will rotate as the desired direction. So this is how the steering system is working, and this is how these are the parts of the main steering system. So this is the working of the steering system, which is explained in the words. So there are two types of steering system mainly, mechanical and hydraulic steering system. So mechanical steering system is further divided into two: single drop and double drop steering system. So single drop means that we explained a moment before is a single drop system, that we have a steering wheel and then we have a steering shaft, and to which the end at bottom of which is connected to a gearbox, and from there we will take the angle in a 90-degree, and with the help of the drop arm or pitman arm. And in this figure, the steering arm and pitman arm, they marked wrongly, it's interchanged. Then the next is the drag link. Then the drag link is connected to the steering arm, and then that will give to the front wheel. And in this system we are giving power or the direction, not power, we are giving the direction to only one side of the wheel. The other side of the wheel will not rotate when the one side is rotating, right? So the directions will be transmitted to the other side of the wheel is by the a link which is called tie link or tie rod, which is by the tie link or tie rod. So once the direction or the movement is given to the one side wheel, and the other side wheel the direction is taking place with a linkage which is known as tie link or tie rod. So this is the steering system, which is single drop steering system, that is to be one side we are giving the direction, the other side it is taken from this side. So as similarly the double drop system means we will give two set of the means to this left side of the left side wheel also we will giving direction with the help of linkages, and also the other side, that right side also we will give the direction with the help of linkages. So in the double drop steering system we will have a two set of drag link, we will have two set of drop arm, we will have a two set of steering arm also, and tie rod will not be there because the other wheel also getting the direction directly from the steering wheel. So the tie link or tie rod will not be there, but instead it will have a two set of steering arm, two set of drag link, two set of pitman arm. So that is how the double drop system is working, that is the two side it is taken separately. Okay, so that is the two side single drop system and a double drop system. Next is this type of steering gearboxes that we are using. It is the six type: the worm and nut type, worm and sector, worm and ball bearing, worm and roller type, cam and lever type, worm and rack and pin type. So this is the worm and nut steering gear. Like the shaft, this is the steering shaft at the top of which we'll have the steering wheel, and they'll have a worm gear here, and a one nut is connected to the worm gear. So as the this shaft is rotate, this nut will also have a like a rolling motion over the worm, and that motion is taken from a cross shaft, and then it is taken by the drop arm, and the motion continues. Next is the Woman sector type. So instead of a nut, it will have a sector at this point. So as the this gear is rotating, this sector will have a reciprocating movement at this point, and the shaft is rotating. Then that movement is given to the dropper. Next is worm on ball bearing type. So nothing but this is the worm with the shaft, and there will be worm, and there will be sector gear, and there will be number of ball bearings which is mounted inside for the easy of the operation and for easy of the for smooth movement. And that sector gear is connected to then to the pitman arm or drop arm. Next is cam and lever type. So we'll have a we will have a worm or like worm gear at this point, and sorry means gear at this time, and the when this rotate, this bulging portions will have enough motion, with that will actuate the motion of the lever. This bulging motion as that comes in contact with this point, that will actuate the motion of the lever, and the motion is then transmitted to the drop arm or pitman arm. Next is the rack and pinion type gearbox. This is the mostly common gearbox which we can see in the car. And this is the steering wheel, steering shaft, and it is attached to a that at the end of the steering shaft there will be a small pinion which is rolls over the rack, which is at this point, and then based on this movement, that the rack will, as the this will rotate, the rack will move to this point, and rack will move to that based on the rotation, hence the directions can be controlled. Next is the important part in case of the steering system is the front axle, because it's the axle to which we are giving the direction. So front axle is generally dead axle because no give power is given to the front axle. The front hub rotate on the anti-friction bearing of tapered roller type on the steering spindle, which are integral part of the steering knuckle. And to permit the wheels to be turned in the steering gear, the spindle and the steering knuckle assemblies are hinged at the end of the axle. The pin that forms the pivot of this hinge is known as kingpin or steering knuckle pin. And next portion in case of a steering system is the steering geometry. Steering geometry consists of the proper steering should be done by adjusting the steering geometry. So the containing caster angle, camber angle, toe in and toe out. So caster angle means it's the angle between the, so we mentioned that there will be a pin called king pin, that this is the king pin. So king pin is inclined towards the with the vertical. Kingpin is having some inclination with the vertical, and that is called a caster angle. So this is the true vertical, but actually the kingpin is mounted somewhat in a inclined position to the vertical, and when so this is the caster angle, and that is the caster angle. It is usually lies between 5 to 9 degree, and it is can be seen when it is seen from one side. It can you only see when it is seen in one side. And next is camber angle. Camber angle is the tilt of the wheels from the vertical. Actually it is the tilt of the wheels from the vertical. So as we can see, like when we see from the front, the wheel is not exactly mounted in a actually in a vertical position. From seen from the front, the front wheel actually inclined either outward or inward from the vertical. So that inward outward inclination of the front wheel from the vertical, when it is seen from the front side of the tractor, is called the camber angle, and it is positive when it is inclined outward, and if it is inclined inward it is negative. Usually it lies between 1 to 3 degree. It is usually lies between 1 to 3 degree. Next is toe in and toe out. It is nothing but the amount of which the front wheel are closer together at the front than at the rear. So what happened at toe in is, so when we seen from the top side of the tractor, we can see the front wheel is during the front wheel, the front side of the front wheel is like facing together, or like an converged together than the back side. So that is called toe in. So that is, if we measure the distance between this point to point at front and this point to point in the back side, then the x, this, suppose this is x and this is y, I'll mark there. Okay, suppose this distance is x and this distance is y. Then uh, in toe in, what happened is that the y will be greater than x. In toe in, the y distance is greater than x. That is called toe in. And if toe out means the reverse of that, that is the front wheel is diverged, but the rear side of the front wheel is like a converged position. So that will be like this. It will be like this, and say this is the x direction, this is y, and this is x. So this is the x and this is the y. So in toe out, x is greater than y. In toe out, x is greater than y. So that is about the toe in and toe out. So this value generally ranges between 4 plus or minus 2 mm. So that is about the toe in, toe out, caster angle and camber angle. And that is then there will be another point, it is the kingpin inclination. So that is the inclination of the kingpin with the vertical. So that is about 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. That improves the turnability, and the free play of the steering wheel is 20 to 30 degree, and is measured using the compass, and the vertical play should be 0. So the free play of the steering wheel is 20 to 30 degree, which is measured using a compass. The vertical play of the steering wheel should be 0. So these are the proper points, that is the towing should be 4 plus or minus 2 mm, then the camber angle should be between 1 to 3 degree, then caster angle should be between 5 to 9 degree. So these all things have to be checked properly, then only the steering will be proper and the operation of the tractor should be smooth. So this is about this section, and in case of any doubt you can contact me.